Let's create a family recipe planner. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have a fun project to do. I want to put together a recipe planner. I want a planner that I can have as part of my family's kind of command center where we have our mail and our lists and the schedules and all the things. I thought a recipe planner in that place would start to make meal planning a little bit easier. Plus, I have one kiddo that is super into cooking right now that loves to kind of create his own recipes or recreate things that he sees online. And I thought this would be a great place for him to kind of save his recipes. Plus, I have this idea where we can expand it out to other family members. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it will be helpful to grab some, to collect some of our favorite family recipes all in one place. And I thought it would be fun to show you all what I plan to do. So today we're going to put together this family recipe planner. I've gathered a few supplies. We'll talk about it here in a second. As always, I will link everything that I use down in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go. Okay, so I have gathered a few supplies. Like I said, the idea is to have some sort of recipe planning book in our kitchen that everyone has access to. We have what I call a command center in the kitchen where there's the calendar, there are mail slots where everyone's papers from school or the new mail goes. And then I thought having a recipe book in that place would be nice for meal planning. Instead of having to grab from a bunch of different books, maybe putting some of our family's favorite recipes in one place would be a great idea. So that's what we're going to do today. I have gathered my weekly meal planner insert and then 3 of the recipe inserts along with a cover and some dividers. So let's put it together. We're going to start with the cover. Like I said, I have a budding young chef who is really enjoying trying out his hand at cooking and making all kinds of things. I wonder what color. I kind of think, anyone else kind of think that one? It's hard to decide which color for this one. I really dig this pink. I wonder if I have enough of the pink. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, do I have one more? 11. I kind of dig that, but also the blue Mickeys are nice. It's hard to decide which one is going to be best. You know what? I think I'm just going to go with the champagne ones because I think they're pretty neutral and I think they match pretty well. So I have one of my kiddos is really enjoying making all kinds of things. They're not awesome yet, but I love that he's experimenting and actually because he's the one experimenting and creating, he is trying more foods, which is so, so great. I am all about that. So I thought, let's lean into that a little bit more. Let's put together something where he can kind of write down his recipe ideas, things he's wanting to do. There we go. And then maybe he'll be even more excited to try new foods. Plus, I thought this would be a fabulous way to kind of collect our family recipes. I know there's lots of different books out there where you can collect recipes, but this one is neat because we can collect, I can send the recipe papers to different family members, have them write on the papers. You capture the handwriting, which is always really special. You can just collect all kinds of different things. So I love that this is adjustable. I can add to it as we go. I'm going to use the frosted dividers. We're going to customize those here in a minute. But first, I'm going to kind of get the basics of this, kind of the bones of this set up. And then it's something that I can add to over time, which is pretty important as my kids are getting older, tastes are changing. It's nice to know what we love and be able to add new things to it. So got this set of dividers, frosted dividers. Here's my thought. I'm going to do the meal planning insert at the front because that is what I will be planning on for the week. And a lot of times I could take this and almost like take the one I'm actually working on and post it on the refrigerator, like just pull it out, post it so everyone sees what the plans are for the week, maybe avoid the inevitable what are we having for dinner conversation that comes up, oh, I don't know, around 8 a.m. and start to get that out of the way. This allows for everyone to add things to the list, to the groceries, to things that they want to, I don't know, want me to know. So having this at the front so that I can write on it and then pop that sheet out and put it up on the fridge, I think will be really helpful for keeping everyone on the same page. So we'll start out with the weekly meal planner just right up front. Then I included 6 tabs because what I was thinking was that I would include some different categories. And I thought this would be helpful just to keep recipes a little bit more organized. Most recipe books have different categories ready to go. So I'm going to divide each of these recipe inserts kind of in half just to put some pages in here to get started. You could just add recipes as you go. You could keep the insert somewhere else and only put in the ones that are like the definite recipes that you're going to use. But I thought, let's go ahead and fill it with paper so that it's there so that when my little guy thinks of a recipe, he can come and write it down. Like I can hand him the paper. That also for me, he wants to try things all the time. And I feel like it would be a good idea if he had to write it down first. Maybe he would be more, I don't know. I think it would help him to have to write down the recipe first instead of just thinking it in his head so he can kind of plan it out a little bit more. So we're going to do different categories. Some of the categories that I was thinking of, the first one was main dishes, like main dishes to use for dinners and things like that. I had main dishes and side dishes. Yes, you can divide those up even more. You could have, these are our pasta dishes and these are our vegetarian dishes. These are chicken. We don't experiment that much in this family. So we're just going to go with main and side, and then breakfast as kind of its own category was what I was thinking, because breakfast foods are kind of, I don't know if it's like main or side or just, you know what I mean? Breakfast is just breakfast. So we'll do main dish, side dish, breakfast. Then I was also thinking of doing one that is just for baking. So you have, let's see, meal planner right here. Let me move the stuff out of the way. All the meal planners right here. Then you go, this will be main dishes. Then we'll have one that's side dishes. Then we're going to go to baking, like, and then, well, let's see, main dishes, side dishes, breakfast, then baking. And then I thought, let's do special holiday ones and then kid friendly as like a whole separate thing. Like maybe these are the ones that he is able to do all on his own. We'll kind of see how that goes. So that's the bones of my recipe planner all set up, ready to go. Let's head on over. I'm going to create some fun labels for the dividers. Okay, so I've come over to Cricut Design Space and I want to create some labels for those dividers. It's one of the reasons I love the frosted dividers is because you can really customize them. So let's do the different categories. My thought was that I'm actually going to have the labels running this way, vertical in a way. I thought that would be pretty cool to have them just, I don't know, in this direction. So therefore I am making them 8 inches wide because the width of, or the height of each divider is 9¼ inches. So that's what I'm going to do. The font that I chose is a Mirtha right here. Just love that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy and paste this. We have main dishes, then we're going to do side dishes. We also need breakfast all on its own, like that. Then we also will have baking. And then holiday for holiday special. And then last but not least, let's add in a kid friendly section. Let me copy and paste. Where did it go to? All right, copy and paste. There it is. Let's add kid friendly. And that one's going to be my longest almost, and it will still fit. Okay, so that is perfect. Those will be great. Then we need something that's going to go in the main divider. I also want something on the actual tab of the divider. I think I'm going to do a different font. So let's insert the text right here. I'm going to, move this over. Let's change up the font to something a little bit more straightforward, just right for the side. I might just use the basic Cricut font. Let's go with Cricut. See if it finds it on there. There's a lot of different ones to choose from. How about Cricut Craft Room Basics? That seems nice. Okay, so we want main right there. Let me double click. I want the letters to be a little bit closer together, so I'm going to do this to bring them a little bit closer together. And then I'm also going to shrink this down to the correct width. Okay, I'm going to set this one as at 1.25. That's the width I'm thinking of, but actually we're going to see how that ends up with some of the longer names. So we have main, and then we'll have sides, and actually let's make this main sides, yes. Then we're going to bring in, we're going to bring in breakfast. That's going to be, I think, the longest one. So we'll have to adjust based on that. Then baking, let's add that in. And what else do we have? Oh, holiday. Oh my goodness, I'm messing it up. Okay, holiday right here. And last but not least, this will be, we'll just label this one kids. Because I want these to all be the same size, here's what I'm going to do to make sure that happens. I'm actually going to select them all. I'm going to align them over to the left like that. And then right here, this is where I'm going to adjust the width. 1.25 is as long as I want that. And that means this one is 1.25 and everything else will be the same size. So that works really nicely. I'm also going to select them all and choose black as the color, so that everything cuts the same. So this is perfect. Got all my different things right here. We're going to go to make. We don't need to save this right now. I'm going to come over here and I will cut this out on vinyl that I can then put together on my different dividers. I'm going to spread these out a little bit just because I find it a little bit easier if there's more space around them. So we're going to just adjust ever so slightly right here. Okay, and this should be ready to go. I'm going to send it to get cut and then we will assemble the dividers. Okay, so this is the part that I always kind of struggle with. I cut the vinyl and now we're supposed to remove the part that we don't want. Let's see how well it cut through. It's always so tricky, you guys. So I'll probably put you all on fast forward, but basically I'm just trying to remove the parts that I don't actually want to go onto the divider. We'll see how it goes and I'll meet you at the end. My favorite thing about these frosted dividers is that you can customize them. You can add dashboards right behind them, maybe with pictures of your favorite foods. You could do stickers on top of them. I like to use vinyl on them, but man, oh man, do I struggle with weeding vinyl. And I would love if any of you have any tips or tricks. I don't think it's my machine. Maybe it's the vinyl I'm using. I think this is probably an off-brand version from like Hobby Lobby or something. I've had it for a while. I struggled, and all of those smaller words that I created to go on the tab part, yeah, that was not going to work at all. They did not want to come apart. It was just, it wasn't fabulous. So I would love any tips or tricks that you all have for weeding vinyl a little bit more successfully. I think I just have to be patient. So you can see I cut off different sections, so I only had to do one word at a time. It all came together in the end. It all worked in the end, but man, this takes forever. I love the finished product, but not super pumped with how long. See, I was like, I'm nope, not even gonna mess with this. Let's just work on the big words, and then I ended up deciding to use a label maker to do the actual tabs. Just as easy, just as durable. It's not going to be a big issue. And I like what it looks like in the end. So it was worth it to me to just use a regular label maker instead of coming across with trying to weed out all of those tiny little bits and pieces. Right now I'm going to use transfer tape to pick up the vinyl just like this. Oops, picking up a little extra. I could have cut the sheet apart. There's so many things I could have done in retrospect, but this still works. I'm going to pick it all up and then transfer it directly over to the divider. I'm going to justify mine over here to the right side and on the bottom so that they are right at the front, but you can see you could easily put a dashboard right behind this as a decorative feature. You could put pictures, anything you want. I'm pretty excited about this planner because I like the idea that it can be something we add to and that we can easily mail out these pages. We have family in different parts of the country, and there's a lot of different family recipes, and there's something so special about having the handwriting of the person that the recipe comes from. You could also just take these recipe inserts and maybe have a party with friends where everyone kind of fills out a recipe. You could make copies of them at that point. There's so many things you could do that I am really, really excited about. Okay, once the dividers have the vinyl on them, then I'm just going to work on adding on the tabs. Again, I'm just using clear labels from my label maker. I get questions all the time. I have the P Touch Embellish label maker. It's kind of a fancy version. You definitely don't need it. And in fact, I don't often use all the fancy features, but it has a lot of different fonts and you can print on certain ribbons and things like that. So it's a fabulous label maker. I use it all the time on dividers. We're going to add all of the labels and then I think it's going to come together. I'm pretty pumped about it, and I think it'll be a great addition to my family command center. After I wrap up the last couple of tabs, then I will take you on a full tour of my recipe planner. All right, so here is the finished recipe planner. I have all the weekly meal planning ready to go right here so I can fill it out and post it on the fridge. Then we have each of the sections: main dishes, side dishes, breakfast, baking, holiday, and kids. Let me know, what sections would you have in your recipe planner, and have you had a recipe planner before? Do you have a recipe book that you keep as kind of the central place where all the family recipes are? I'm excited at the possibility of sending some of these sheets to relatives, have them fill out. Then not only do you have those treasured family recipes, but you have their handwriting, which I think is pretty darn special. So thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what you think down below. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon community. If you are looking for a place that is full of uplifting commentary, uplifting and positive vibes, then Patreon is the place to be. It's the happiest place on the internet. So if you want to join us, you can head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.